welcome to the channel. This is the Ineffableelse. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video, comment, and look at the other videos in the series to see how the other signs are relating with Venus, because today we're going to be looking at Venus in Virgo. This also applies to you if you have Venus in the 6th house or Venus conjunct Mercury. And this is a different type of Mercury from Gemini. This is the type of Mercury that is wanting to control everything, wanting to be in the know about everything, and really thinking that it knows what's best. This is a itchy place when Venus seemingly has this perfectionist tendency, and along with Virgo you would think these things go hand in hand, but Venus is not a perfectionist. Venus is the perfecter. It doesn't have to try. It just is. And Virgo can have a rodent quality that is scratching around in the dirt. It can be the best laid plans of mice and men. And they do often go awry because they are not in tune with what is actually happening. And this is not seeing the wood for the trees, missing the bigger picture. And whilst Venus can sit down and there are no shadows cast across the face and no strange lighting and no highlighted ears, this is exactly the kind of foolery that you should be subjected to with a Venus in Virgo, because it's trying to show you cannot perfect anything and everything is already perfect. What you can do is learn to appreciate, learn to give thanks for the little things. So use the same energy in a different direction. How can you really enjoy what is and not try to change things, and also not try to hold on to plans meticulously created and wanting to be upheld without any... It's something that happens with rodent energy, which is seemingly this victim energy, which ends up being the dominating energy by trying to control the external to protect itself so thoroughly that everyone and everything around it actually falls prey to the self-victimization of this archetype. And it needn't control things because the giants of this world are learning to be gentle, and so should the mice of this world learn to toughen up, to stop being meek. But toughening up doesn't mean becoming like a violator, the same way that softening down as a giant doesn't mean rolling over and letting people walk all over you. This is an autonomy where there's only one constant. There is only one thing you cannot change, and there's only one thing that will stay the same, and that is you inside the consistency of I am. This is the only truth. Everything else is subject to change. Look at the seasons. Are we not grateful that they do change? Are we not grateful that that seed does turn into a beautiful tree and then gives us fruit? It's an incredible system, and Virgo absolutely loves systems. This is a very systematic Venus. This can be an appreciation for an acknowledgement of these amazing systems within nature, and then the replication of those in man-made design. This is mental agility and mental fragility being brought forward for what it is and seen for what it is, where this mercurial energy really can be a know-it-all and feel like if I just learn every word in the dictionary, I can never lose in an argument. if I just know all of the names of all of the countries and all of the capitals, then I'll be absolutely fine in my geography test. Oh wait, Yugoslavia doesn't exist anymore. It's broken down into loads of other countries and I don't know their names. What am I going to do? Things are changing. There is no structure that you can adhere to for the whole of your life. There is no one thing that is foolproof that you can grasp onto. You are that wave. You are that wave in the ocean, and it's about realizing you have the power of the whole ocean as soon as you really admit to being one of those waves. And all of that beauty that can be found in even the most strange and awkward of situations that the Virgo will try its hardest to protect itself from can actually end up being some of the most beautiful, fruitful, and educational experiences of its life. Doesn't mean that it's easy. None of this stuff is easy, and sometimes it feels even more mammoth to someone as empathic as someone with this Virgo placement. And when you have Virgo Venus, it can easily be overlooked by other more pressing matters within the chart, which are yearning for attention, whilst this is trying to do everything it can to detract the spotlight from itself and hold everything together. This can be meddling energy. This can be energy that is much better placed in education, in gratitude, in the small day-to-day routine gratitude journal, waking up, what are you grateful for? This is the kind of foolproof system you can put in place, which is just, how can I be grateful today? Wow, I'm not feeling so grateful. Let's address that. Let's feel, why am I not grateful? Interesting. These kind of methods and strategies will show you that you are always changing, and show you your own ups and downs, and show you your imperfections, and you can befriend them. It can be very tempting to try to disown these parts of yourself, to try to disown and iron out the bits of you that make you want to escape and make you want to run away, make you want to say, no, that's not me, don't identify with that, please stop showing me that part of myself. Well, see it, befriend it, stay with it, stop abandoning yourself, and then that part can become very useful. It's a wonderful fact that all of these shadows within ourselves, they don't get kicked out and then completely new qualities come in. They get transformed, and you can see this in the gene keys, whereby maybe there's a part of me that wants to escape, and if I evolve that thing, then it becomes an adventurer, someone who wants to explore. And it's that same quality but flipped on its head, where I'm not running from something, but I'm opening up to many more things. And at its Siddhic highest frequency, it becomes boundlessness. It becomes something beyond borders and control, and beyond a rigid structure whereby I can never run from or to anything, because I am totally one with absolutely everything, especially with myself. This is the thing that can sometimes be missed when we look at the oneness concept and theories. There's almost this joy at adopting that as a means to run from me and join the rest of them. You know? There is that trap with oneness. It's like, great, I get to be part of the one, which means I can leave all of my pesky little ins and outs behind and just become one of those perfect shiny people. It's like, ooh, the one is containing all of those things, and it's time to own up to the parts which you have contributed to. Aspects to look at here would be, what is the smallest part of yourself? It's the molecular, it's the absolute tiniest little particle of yourself, and your own little inner army. This is also that illusion of a separate self, when you are physically made up of a huge network of we're like a city. You know, this is like a map of rivers, and flowing through that is all a variety of bacteria and cells and different types of cells and clusters of bundles of DNA and things all working together it has to also be addressed here, the gut, with something so mental as Virgo. And yet Virgo is so very, very good at healing the body, especially seeing the issues in others. And then to be able to bring that back to your gut and say, who are you supporting? If this is ratty and the kind of behavior where parasites are able to thrive, then really look at what your diet is doing. And someone may have the same diet as you, but they've got a far stronger constitution because they absolutely do not take shit from anyone. So parasites don't thrive so easily in their environment. Somebody else may be a health freak and really, really great diet, but then they will let anyone's energy come in and interfere with them. And in a very physical way, they will allow any kind of parasite to come in and they will make space for that. And that space does not just happen if you've been eating bad food. This is also if you are carrying anxiety and cortisol and these kind of vibrations within yourself where these things can thrive. They have a resonance. So, yeah, by all means, cut out the toxic people from your life, cut out the drama, but don't kid yourself, don't fool yourself just because you've done it physically, that you've done it emotionally and energetically, especially with people where you feel like they're gone and they remain in your consciousness and their mirror siblings remain in your gut. Sorry if this is a bit too graphic, but really sit with your digestive system. If you are going to go and sit in a cave and try to avoid all of this stuff, then let it be by way of really focusing down to the smallest breath and the smallest part of yourself and sit with that and perfect that by cleaning up shop, cleaning up house. And that means not just physically, that means in terms of your level of stress. Just maybe you don't drink, you don't smoke, you have a good sleeping routine, but whilst you have stress, you may as well be snorting lines of cocaine. It has a similar effect in terms of the pressure that it puts on your immune system and the kind of environment that it creates within. I'm sorry to put it to you that way. It could be horrible realization, but it is important to see that and to really learn to breathe and really learn to take no nonsense. And this is through asserting what you truly find beautiful. And then this will lead us into the Libra energy, which is totally wrapped up in what do other people want? What do other people find beautiful? How do I make other people appreciate what I bring to the world? And I hope that this video has been sufficiently terribly made to indicate the absolute futility with trying to create something perfect and something balanced and whole if you yourself are not there. And it has to be admitted, it has to be faced and confronted, and sometimes it can be good to do something like make a video, sing a song, do something where you put yourself out there so then you can see the holes. Sometimes it's lovely to lock ourselves away in safety and security in a bubble, in a small network, a small circle of people who will consistently validate you because it's safe. And instead maybe putting yourself out there and listening back to yourself again and then seeing, wow, this is an area I really do need to work on. And love yourself from that place. It can be lovely to hit a bum note and smile at that note and hold space for it to at least come out, because how will you ever improve unless you allow yourself to be wrong? That's the great lesson for Venus in Virgo. I hope that this helps you. I hope this is taken on board lovingly. This isn't an attack. This is an embrace of the potential that Venus holds. And I suggest watching the introduction to Venus here, which kind of sets the bar. And it's a shame that it's not a bar that you can ever compete with, that you can ever try to jump over, because it just is and it's just about existing in that place of peace, or not, or running from it and hiding. So I really, really wish you well on your journey, and please contact me if you would like to have a reading of your own birth chart.